Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Tomiwa Ido. So in this series, I will be walking us through how we can achieve this type of animation using Flutter. So as you can see, this is a rainbow stick animation. When I animate it, this the stick flip to the other side, and when I animate it back, it's flip to the original side. So I animate it now, it's flip to the other side. If I animate it back, it's flip back to the original side. So we'll be doing something like this using Flutter. So without wasting any of our time, let's get started. So I have this my window. Let me navigate to okay, let me just navigate to my documents. Yeah. Let me make a directory and call it Flutter tutorials. Flutter tutorials. Yeah. So let me enter the directory tutorials. So we'll be creating a new Flutter app inside this directory. Flutter create how can I call it? Let's call it rainbow stick tutorial org. Yes. So now you can now open our rainbow stick. Let's just close this up and have this here. So without wasting our time, let's get started. Firstly, I will just create two files. I will create app.dat for the app, and I can just call this home page. So which will be the main page, or I can call it main page, any one that works well for you. So let's start everything afresh. So we have our main function here. Run app. So the app that will be running is this. Let's just call it app, or call it rainbow stick app. Let's call it rainbow stick app. Now let us run our rainbow stick app. Pop it up. Material will be our starting point here. Material app. We have the and let our home be home page. So can even do the debug, and if others can just maybe have title rainbow stick. I don't know, can have team 2 as well. Team data. Dot is from color scheme from seed. They just seed it with a random color, maybe colors though. Oh, let's use dark theme. Dark. That's all for now. So let's run this. because you have placeholder here, that's why you're seeing placeholder. Let's just have our scaffold there, and everything you'll be doing will be inside the custom paint. Because I use paint, you can achieve the same thing with stack as well. So maybe I'll be making another story on that and on how to achieve it using stack, but we'll be using custom paint to achieve this. So we'll be doing everything inside our rainbow stick painter here. Stick painter, the custom painter. So in this tutorial, I will not be going in depth on trigonometry or any circle formula. So I'll just give some little explanation on them. So moving forward, I have my rainbow stick painter here, so I can add it here. Rainbow stick painter. And I want the size to be the whole size of my canvas. So it should be media query dot size of so for now, let's just put our should repaint to true. So okay, so the first thing we need now is, if you look at this, if you look at this stick, number of stick here is 1 2 3 4 5. So this is 5, this one too is 5, that's 10, and from here to here too is 5, and from here to here too is 5. So we need 20 stick. So we have the whole canvas now for our rainbow stick painter. So let's first paint our stick. So, and the first thing we have to do is, let's have a variable and call it sticks. You can call it sticks threshold. Let's just put 20 here. Final or you can just make it constant. Let's make it 20, and let's have a loop inside here less than our stick threshold. You can just see, let's the loop start from 1 and then end at 20. So inside our loop, our for loop, we'll be painting our stick circle. This circle, we're painting this. So if you want to paint that, we have our custom painter canvas as a method called draw circle. Alright, so it will draw circle for us. So this function accepts offset, radius of the circle, and paint. So which this paint will be the one to undo the color and other stuff for the circle. So, and this offset is the one that sets the position. That is, we want a circle at this position 1 to 1 here, 1 to 1 here, and here. So the offset is the one that undo that. And the radius is the size. You see this circle? Okay, let's drive in. So let me just set some constant variable here. Let's just call it our stick radius. Sticks or stick radius. Let's put like 10. So which means our stick radius is this. And because you have different colors, so our, as I said earlier, painter is one that undoes the color, and also you can have our painter here. Paint equals paint class dot color. Let's just give maybe a red color there so we can see. So, and let's give a general offset. Let's say 100 by 100 is meant to be a double, right? Do you see it? So you can play around with this radius so you can see what radius means. So you see it here. So 10 is very, very cool. And this offset too, you can play around with it. We said 100 by x and we said 100 by x and 100 by y. From year to year 100, and from year to year 100. So let me just reduce our x to 50. So it will be somehow here. It will be somehow here. Which you see it. And if I reduce our y to 52, it will be somehow around this place. So that's it. So if you look at this circle, we are having 20 on top each other. So we can confirm like this. Let's just add the loop index to our x-axis and our loop index, so our x-axis, and let's add it to our y too. So do you see it? So they are on top each other, they follow each other. So the next thing we'll be looking into is how to achieve something like this, how to draw our circle to be in this form. So this circle draws around 360 degree. So we want to look into how we can achieve something like this to draw our circle in this form instead of them following each other like this. So we look into a concept together on our iPad here. So what we are trying to achieve now is this. Let me use this. I think red is okay, or let me use blue. Okay, so we want something like this, or we want our this thing to be around a circle, like to be in form of a circle. That is our small circle, stick circle should be like this, around a circle like this. So till the whole thing full it. And a full circle is what we call 2 pi, right? A full circle is 2 pi, which means an half of it is pi. So we want a full circle. We want our rainbow stick circle to be a 2 pi, and a 2 pi is 360 degree. 360. So we have this. So the next thing we'll be looking at is how can we draw this our stick circle in form of 360 degree, in form of 2 pi. That is, you will be in circle form, in this round form. I tried to make some little research and I came across these parametric equations. So with the parametric equation, we are using parametric equation. The circle with center AB and radius R can be written as, that is, we can draw a circle given the center and the radius. So we can draw it using this formula, and the theta is in the interval of 0 to 2 pi that I made mention here. So 0 to 2 pi, where our 2 pi is equal to 360 degree. So 0 to 2 pi, that means 0 to 360 degree, right? Okay, and we can transform the function here. Let's just call the function something like let's call the function circular form or draw circle. Let's draw in circular form, or we call it parametric. A parametric circle. Yes, parametric circle is cool. And this is the formula. I copy it. There you have r cos theta plus a, r sin theta plus a, where our a and b is the center of the circle. So our r is the radius, which means this can just pass our radius to this parametric circle. The radius will be this stick radius here. So radius times cos times sine, and these are cos and sine will be coming from the math package, inbuilt math package from that. So and our a and b will be the center of the circle, so that will be offset because it's a and b, offset center. And you can even make the addition here. That is, you can just do something like final dx dy, and this will return an offset and return offset dx dy plus center. Also, we will be getting our theta from this loop index. That is, we convert this loop index to theta here. That is, we convert it to a degree. So let's just have theta double theta. And this function will return an offset. The offset will help us in positioning our circle. Instead of us putting a random position here, adding a random position here, it will help us in positioning our circle. And so I just call this stick circle offset and have a parametric circle. The radius will be stick radius, and the center, you can get center of this canvas using size dot center. The origin will just be offset dot 0. Is our center size. So getting our center here, we can pass it to here to determine where to start the drawing of our parametric circle. And the theta, as I said, we get the theta. As I said, we get the theta from our index. So there is also a formula that can convert our index to theta, and the formula is this. Let's just call this function index to theta, and this is the formula. We have math.pi pi 2, which is the full circle, divided by our index, with the I. So index to theta, and polar, you have our offsets now. Okay, so at least we have hit a point here, but we are yet to get the full circle. That means something is still missing. Okay, let's debug that together. Our index to theta. Okay, and also there is also a formula that we can use to convert. You know, as I said in this canvas here, let me bring out the canvas. 2 pi equal to 360 degree. So there is a formula that we can use to convert a number into a degree. Let me just do the function, or I'll make it an extension. Let me call it num extension. So it will be, let's just have the extension on double. So we call it radian of a circle to radian, with a circle to radian, and let me make it get radian. So to get radian, we have this formula, which is converting the number, which will be on the number, the current number, times pi divided by 180. From here, this is where the problem is. Instead of this our index to theta, it's supposed to be a sticks threshold to theta, that is the total number of objects you are having to be drawn around the circle. So you just call it stick threshold to theta. So this is supposed to be divided by our stick. So the output we get here will now be multiplied by the index, so which is the one that undivided index, so multiplied by our index. So I times stick so this radius is not supposed to be for this stick radius. This is supposed to be stick circle radius, which is the one we use to draw this. But the radius we need is the radius of this, is more like the space inside this circle, how big we want our circle to be. So the radius is from this center, which we can just call that stick radius, and you can set that to 50.0. So can you see that we have this thing being drawn, and we can increase this to around 150. So yes, just see it looking beautiful. The next thing is we need another set of circle in this form, but it will be inside here, which is this. Can you see it? Can you see it? Yes. So we need another form of circle, which means we have to draw another one, because this inner circle too, we have to be total number of this, because if you look at the stick is being matched to their various type of circle, but they are different counts. The total are the same, so that means you can draw the circle inside here. So let's call this and our parametric circle will help us with the drawing of that too. You can just call it inner stick circle offset, and this radius here you can call this outer stick radius and have inner stick radius. Let's the radius will be around 50, so which means this as the outer stick radius will be for this and this inner will be for this. They are sharing the same center and we are using the same theta as well. So you see how easy it is. Let's reduce it, it's too big. You see how easy it is just to draw it. You can even, okay, let's do something like arranging it in order. So let our inner circle be the first. Doesn't change anything here. Yes. So moving forward, we can just have a function here to get inner color and outer color. So let's have color, inner color, and let's get it within the index. If index is less than equal 5, return color to red. Colors to red. So else if index is greater than 5 and index less than equal 10, orange, yellow, and else if is greater than 10 and less than equal 15. Is that green or green accent? Let's check green accent out. Else let's change this to outer color, and which means instead of this our coded color the red, can have this with our eye outer paint, and let's have for our outer paint, let's have it here, and let's have this one too here. Let's call this inner paint. We can just repeat the same for our inner color. Okay, let's start from this 5 starts from around here, right? Around here, which is orange yellow. That means instead of red you have orange here. Orange, let's have orange here, and instead of green accent you have red, and instead of yellow you have green. This is green, okay? Is light green, I guess. So instead of orange here we have yellow. I think that solves the issue. So matching the color to the inner. When we have red, the inner one is this light blue. When we have red, the inner one is, I guess, light blue. We are yet to set the inner color here. It's not the same. The color, that color is for yellow. So it's for yellow, light blue. right? We have something like indigo here for orange, indigo, right? We have something like pink for green. When the color is green, you have pink. I don't know this color like that. For red, maybe let's check cyan. Okay, cyan. Okay. So the next thing we'll be doing is drawing the stick, this line from the outer circle to the inner circle. So if you want to draw the line, you can say we want to draw the line here. But let's say let's draw it here. Our canvas tool has a function called draw line, but the line will now be from point 1, which this is our point 1 to point 2, and our point 2 should be around here. So the line accepts 2 offsets, and the first offset is the first point, and the second offset is the second point you want the line to go. And it also has a paint tool which we pass. So, and thank God we already have our point in place already, because you have inner stick offset and outer stick offset, so now easily just pass it. So first point will be, let's rename this to outer stick circle offset, from outer to inner. So we need a paint for our line too, so let's call it stick paint. We can have our paint. The attribute change the color to like a light colors the white. Let's use white 30. That white 30 is too deep. Let's use our white. Do you notice something? Let's make our stick more thicker. So we have an attribute in our paint class called stroke width. Let's make our stroke width around 5. Do you notice this? That the line is on top of the circle, because the way the paint works is from top to the bottom, which means starting from inside our loop, this inner circle is being drawn first, then our outer circle, then the line which is being drawn on top of the circle. So we want the line to be under both circles, so you can easily move it to the top here. But the problem we are having now is we need to move our outer offset and inner offset at the top, so our line can see it. This paint is not needed here, so let's just assign various paint to make it more cleaner here. Yeah, so that's it. Do you see our line is now under both, which means our line is being drawn first, then inner circle and the outer circle. But the width is too much. Let's just assign something like 2. Then 2 looks much okay, but I don't know, the white is too shiny. Let's give it around 60. Is 60 okay, or 70? 70 is fine, right? Okay, so the next thing we will be looking at now is how to animate it. So that means when I animate, turn the stick to the other side. When I animate again, turn it back to the other side, Okay, it's getting interesting. This to radian, I don't think we need this, or we might need it later. Yes. Okay, let's leave that. I'll be turning this to a stateful widget. So for us to animate that, we need to work with animation controller. So that means I have to extend this our single ticker provider state mixing. So let's define our animation controller here. Animation controller. So init state. Let us initialize our animation controller. Animation controller. Everything seems to be the current, and we need a duration for it. Yes, add the milliseconds for 500 for a start. So if you look at the animation, the thing is, if you look at it, when I click this thing rotates. That is, the stick flip. If you look at it very well, you see that the flipping is for everything, but they are not flipping at the same time. They are flipping with a difference at different interval. If you look at it, flip. So yeah, to achieve something like that, let's pass our animation controller down to our rainbow stick painter here. Find our animation controller. I just call it animation controller. And require this animation controller. Okay, you just have to restart. So our animation controller is now available here, but let's do something like forwarding our animation. So adding a listener to it to update the state when the value changes. Okay. Can define a animation double. We just call it rotation animation. Rotation animation. This is no label. So because we want the rotation to be at different interval, so we need to find each animation for each of the circle here. So you can have a train from 0, so begin at 0, end at, so don't forget I said a full circle is 2 pi and is equal to 360 degree, and we have, I try to define a radian here, a 2 radian function. So the 2 radian function, what the 2 radian function does is it helps us to convert our number to degree. So with that, this is very easy for us. You can just do something like 360 to radian dot. Okay, is on double dot to radian. So this will help us convert our 360 to radian, which will equal to something like 2 pi, or we can even do something like this: math dot pi times 2. Any of the two will work, using the 2 radian or math dot pi times 2, and we animate it. 1.5 curve to curve animation here, and the point will be the animation controller. And as I said, that the circle animates at different interval. That's why we need an interval class here. The begin, and don't forget the interval is between 0 and 1. So it's between 0 and the smallest value for which this interval is 1. 0 and 1. So, and this should be 1. So between 0 and 1, that's the normal interval. So let's just leave this for now. Okay. So to perform animation here, so we have something on our canvas, which is canvas to just save the current canvas. Perform your animation here, and continue drawing our canvas. So perform the animation. After performing the animation, add the animation, apply it on this our stick, and restore the canvas back. So which means we have to perform this thing and draw here. So under this perform animation, or do, you can just say do animation, we have a rotate tool on our canvas, a function called rotate. And if you look at the function accepts what we call radians. That means a radian, as I said, we have a function to radian here, which converts our number to radian. So 0 to this rotation animation value is returning the radian for us. So we don't need to stress ourselves. It's returning the radian for us. Okay, let's do something like this. Let's move this inside here. It's performing the radian because it's 0 to math dot pi, and we can just make this the radian. So radian, as you can see, the thing is rotating actually, but we want the rotation to be within this canvas. So what we have to do is to translate center of the canvas. This is now within the canvas. So starting from center, if you look at our demo here, see that the rotation is from here to here, which is literally half of the circle. So that means you have 360 divided by 2. This will give us 180. So the rotation should be within 180 degree. It should be around that side. You see, let's do something here. Let's do something like this here. Is transition supposed to be between these two offsets? Yes. Let's do that now. Let's just call it stick center. That should be offset here, so stick center. Stick center, and this should be inner circle offset of the edge plus outer circle offset of the edge divided by 2. The same thing should happen here. Let's put this here. This is more like translating each of the stick using their offset. So that's what this does. So okay, sorry, getting wrong. Oh, this is supposed to be dy and this is supposed to be dx. Yes, can you see it? Yeah, there. Can you see that? Yes. So what we need now is, if you look at everything is animating together, so what we need now is adding interval. So let's define the interval, the begin and the end of the interval. So you can just do that by having something like interval or start. You can have start, you can have end. So let's just do start at 0 and at 1.0. Start and our interval should. This doesn't change anything actually, but okay, so let's look at this very well. If you look at this thing, 3 of these things, or I guess 3 or 4 of it are starting together. Look at it. Not like they are starting together, but you know, like the first one starts, the second one to start before the first one, and the third one to start before the second one, and that's how everything animates. You see it. So this starts before this end, this starts before this end, so all of them are going in that loop. To achieve something like that, we need to update our start and end interval. We can get our start and end interval using the current index. You know, the index are different, so you have 0, 1, 2, 3, and all. So our I, which is the start, And don't forget our interval is between 0 and 1, which means our start is between 0 and 1, and which means if you want our index to be in the range of 0 and 1, that means you have to do something like this. Our index, if you have 10 divided by the total number, 10 divided by 20 will give us what? It should be in that range. That is, if you have 10 divided by 20, you have 0.5. So you have 20 divided by 20, you have 1. So that is dividing our index with the total threshold. If I divided by 6 threshold, so this will give us a dynamic index, a dynamic start index. Let's see that. Okay, we are getting there, but the end is still the same. That's why you are having almost the same end. Oh, at least you can see. So, and as I said, if you look at this here, the second one starts before the first end, same as the third, fourth, and also, which means you can have the start. Just have difference of 0.1. And it's 0.1 interval, but the thing can be greater than 1, so you can just make use of this math function here, which take the maximum between the two. Is it supposed to be maximum or minimum? It's supposed to be minimum between the two. It's supposed to be the minimum. That is, when this is 0.4, when this is 0.4, it takes this instead of 1.0. When this is 0.5, so but when this is greater than 1.0, it just makes use of 1.0. So it's the minimum between the two. As you can see, we've gotten our listing already, but the problem you're having now is it is too fast, so we can actually increase this, or just add 0.2. and you see that. So you can reduce this milliseconds to be around 1000, then we get it. That's just it. That's how the circle animation is being made. So, and the button, you can just add the button to do our animation dot forward and to do our animation dot, instead of, and when we click the button again, reverse the animation. So that's basically what the button, this button is doing here. So Flutter, you get the animation. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your time. So, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and give a thumb up. Thank you.